child predator, serial killer, ugly, and has a guilt complex? I'm Mike, and this is the story of Mack Edwards, and it seems sketchy. On August 6, 1956, 12-year-old Brenda Howell and 15-year-old Donald Lee Baker went missing while biking in the California National Forest. Now, this gets weird. So they had the police obviously look for the kids, and they even had Navy personnel try to find these kids, but they found nothing. They literally found nothing. The only thing they did find was Brenda's bike and Donald's jacket, but other than that, there was literally nothing. 2 months later, Donald's bike just randomly disappeared within their elementary school, which is Glendora Elementary. A student found Donald's bike and decided to just park it there, and that was it. It was just that, and the police couldn't go off of anything else. Now they have 2 bikes and a jacket, but it really didn't help them find the bodies. Another disappearance happened. So 8-year-old Tommy Bauman went hiking with his family, and you know how little kids, they always like running and like being first to everything. So that's basically what happened. They were like going back to their car, and he ran ahead because he wants to be like, you know, little kids, they always want to be the first one to the car and all that. And like when he ran ahead, he just disappeared. His family obviously called for him, like they yelled his name, but he was nowhere to be seen. He just disappeared, similar to how the other 2 disappeared. And this was also within the California National Forest, so it was the same location or same area. And yeah, another disappearance. Tommy disappeared just like Brenda and Donald, but the difference is the family received 2 letters. It was really weird. Like 2 letters got sent to them, and one letter was saying that he's alive and he's with an unidentified man, apparently. And then the second letter was like, oh, he's living in Oklahoma and he's doing great. He's okay. Like, you don't have to worry about him. Literally, the police didn't even know if the letters were true or if somebody was like messing with them and trolling them. But yeah, other than that, they got nothing. So these disappearances didn't stop. There was another one in July 1960, where a kid named Bruce Kremen also disappeared. He was in a YMCA camping trip, and just like Tommy and Brenda and Donald, he also disappeared without a trace, and nobody could find him. Kids just kept disappearing over left and right. It was just like a common thing. Some people just thought the kids just ran away. Others, you know, obviously thought they got kidnapped. You know, that's a typical reaction. These cases remained cold until one weird and fateful day where a 51-year-old man named Mack Ray Edwards just came in. Basically, he had a gun with him, and he just gave it to the police and basically confessed to sexually abusing and killing 6 children between 1953 to 1970. Yeah. So 2 of the kids he said he killed happened to be Brenda and Donald. Now we are getting like leads and answers, like the murderer just confessed that he killed them. The whole situation with Brenda and Donald was basically planned. So basically what Edwards said, he said that he gave Donald $7 to go to the Bouquet Reservoir, which is in the forest, the California National Forest. So that was the real reason why they even went biking in the first place, because Donald had money. When he saw the 2 kids, he split up the 2. Then, after he split them up, he grabbed a rock and used that rock to hit Donald in the head. And then after that, he proceeded to slit his throat. Yeah. As he was killing Donald, right, Brenda was approaching them. And this made Edward panic, and he ended up killing her also. Which is really messed up once you find out. Well, it's already messed up because like he killed 2 children. Like that's messed up on its own. But like it's even more messed up once you realize that Brenda is actually his sister-in-law. So they're connected. So he knows Brenda, and he decided to, one, kill her friend, and two, kill her as well. So yeah, greatest person. You're probably wondering why he just randomly confessed. He states that he had a guilt complex, and all the children he was killing, he felt bad and he couldn't eat, and it was affecting his job, and blah 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 blah. It's so dumb. But the previous day, like the day before he confessed, basically, right? He and a teenage accomplice went and robbed a home and kidnapped three girls. Now, luckily, thankfully, that two of those girls escaped and ran away. So, because those two girls escaped, both Mack Edwards and the teenager were both freaking out. So, obviously, they dipped. During the kidnapping, before like the two girls ran away, he forced all of the girls to like write a running away letter, and that's really important because just remember that. Obviously, he knew that like he had no other option. Like the girls knew what he looked like, so he just decided to just confess and beat them to it. So that was the real reason why he even confessed to the murders. Not even because of his guilt complex. When he confessed to like the six children he kidnapped and killed, he also showed the police where the third girl was, and like she was okay, she was fine. Nothing happened to her, thankfully. Now, even though he confessed to six murders, he was only convicted for three of them, which was Donald Todd, Stella Nolan, and Gary Ratchet. Sorry. But yeah, so the only reason why he was only convicted for three murders was that both Brenda and Donald's body were never found. Like he sent them to the place where he said he supposedly buried the body, and they couldn't find anything. But they did find the other three, so that's what he got convicted with. On his trial, Mack Edwards would basically plead guilty, and he would get the death penalty, which, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not like a fan of the death penalty, but like he gotta go. He had to go. While Mack was on death row, he basically confessed, or he was bragging, really, which is really messed up because he said he had a guilt complex earlier and now it's just gone for some reason. But basically, he would confess to killing 18 children, not 6, but 18 children while working as a construction worker. Remember the construction worker detail for later, just like the letters. I hope you didn't forget about the letters. Even though that he couldn't get a further conviction for killing the 18 children because there was no evidence of all the other bodies, he still got the death penalty. On October 30th, 1971, Mack Ray Edwards basically grabbed a television extension cord and then, used it to make a noose and hang himself. And that's how he died. Which is really odd. Well, okay, it's not odd that he wanted to commit suicide because, like, he's on death row. But on death row, he was even saying, "Oh, I want the death penalty. Tell the person on the electric chair that I would take his turn because I'm willing to die and I want to die." And he was just saying how he wanted to die so much and go on the electric chair. He's basically a liar. We already know. Like, it was on his third attempt also. Like, the first attempt was sleeping pills, and then he tried, slitting, and then, he hung himself. Even though Mack Edwards left the world, he also left a letter. So remember how I was talking about, like, remember the letters? Here's why. So he basically wrote a letter, well, a suicide note. He actually wasn't the one to kill any children. He said that like, a guy named Billy the Cripple was the one who killed everyone, and he was just taking the blame for it, which really, we already know he's a liar, and I don't know what he's doing. He confessed. The only reason why he confessed was because he got caught, and then he lied about having the guilt complex because we already know that, like, on death row, he was bragging about killing 18 children, and now Billy the Cripple. Nobody knows who Billy the Cripple is, and I'm pretty sure he's made up because Billy the Cripple, really, Billy the Cripple. Now, there's two main questions after this whole debacle and situation. Is that one, if Billy the Cripple, or not even Billy the Cripple, like if he had an accomplice, like if somebody else helped him kill other children, that's the first like question. And two, where are the bodies? Like that's, I feel like that's more important than the other one. Me personally, I don't think he had an accomplice killing the children. I genuinely believe that he was the one solely to kill all these children. We can refer back to like the whole kidnapping the three girls. I'm pretty sure the teenage accomplice was only there just to rob the home, and that was it. I mean, I obviously could be wrong, but like I feel like the teenager was only like in with the kidnapping just to like, you know, extort money out of them. But I didn't think he was gonna, you know, sexually abuse and kill them like Mac does repeatedly over and over again. So that's what I believe. And also, there was a whole situation where like one of the children he got convicted for, Stella Nolan. So Stella was basically went on a trip or a work trip with her mom, basically got kidnapped. Then he proceeded to sexually abuse her. Then after that, strangled her. Then dumped her body over a bridge. And obviously he assumed that she was dead because one, he strangled her, and two, dumped her body over a freaking bridge. So yeah, he went back to the dump site because he wanted to bury the body and hide it, like, you know, his typical MO. And it turned out she was alive. Like, she was still like trying to like escape. Like, it's just so messed up, man. So he found her body like as she was like trying to escape, and basically grabbed his knife and stabbed her. With the whole where are the children situation and like the missing bodies. So I also told you to remember that he was a operator, a heavy machine operator. So he was a construction worker, and the bodies they did find, one of them was under a highway, literally buried under a highway. So it's safe to assume that parts of LA highways are just on top of these dead bodies. And it's really creepy to think about. So yeah, that's the story of Mack Ray Edwards, a serial killer with a guilt complex. So dumb. But yeah, if you like videos like this, I'll post more. I always post on Wednesdays. I don't think I'm going to post every other week though. But yeah, like, subscribe, and hope you have a good week.